Okay, well, good, good evening, you all. My heater just quit working in the camper, and so it looks like I'm out of propane. So I had to go in the town and buy a 20-pound tank of propane. Um, I don't really like driving at night, but I didn't have a choice. And of course, they had one of those crazy impaired driving checkpoints set up when I came into town, so I had to go through that. And anyway, the cop, he asked me if I'd had any drugs or alcohol today. I told him no. He said, "You haven't had anything?" And I said, "No, nothing." I don't use drugs or alcohol, but I didn't get into that with him. Anyway, then he says, "Well, where are you coming from?" And I said, "Home." He said, "Where's that?" I said, "I'm not going to tell you." Then he said, "Where are you headed tonight?" And I said, "I'm not going to tell you that either." So he just said, "Oh, have a good night. Off you go." And so, anyway, thank you. And I went to the store and I got my propane. And then on the way back, I came back a different way. I came back for the downtown in a roundabout way to avoid having to encounter those people again. But what a crazy situation, you know. Like, they ask you stuff. Like, what difference does it make where I'm coming from or where I'm going? For one thing, if I'm actually on my way to commit a crime or on my way from a crime scene because I've just committed a crime, I'm probably not going to tell you. I'm probably not going to say, "Well, I'm just heading out now to beat the hell out of somebody who owes me money," or something like that. you know, I'm just on my way over to the dope man's house. I've got some stolen goods in the truck, and I'm hoping to trade them for some crack. I'm probably not going to say that to him if that's the case. I'm probably going to make up an excuse like I'm heading into town to buy propane. Which is actually what I was doing. But that's what I would say even if I was up to no good. I'm not going to tell him, "Well, I just got finished breaking into some place and I stole a bunch of stuff and I've got trucks full of stolen goods," or and now I'm heading over to my fence to see how much I can get for all the stuff I just stole, or I just beat somebody to death or something. Broke into somebody's house and beat them to death because I'm mad at them. Now I'm just trying to get out of the area. Or, anybody who's done something like that, the last thing they're going to do is tell them that. They're going to make up some mundane excuse, for being out. Anyway, I don't see why we should have to make up excuses for being out, regardless. And so I just don't answer those kinds of questions. I really shouldn't have even told him I was coming from home, because even that was more information than he was entitled to, really. Anyway, I did get my propane. I'm hoping that the heater will work now. I'm hoping that's all it was, is that the propane tank. The propane tank doesn't really feel like it's empty, but yet it may be. I don't know. It's hard to tell sometimes. Sometimes they get down to a certain level and they won't run the heater anymore, but I could run the Coleman stove off the thing for a week or more after, or 2 weeks or whatever, after it won't run the heater anymore. So I put that propane tank aside because I think I'm going to connect it to the Coleman stove and see if it'll run it. Anyway, I got a full tank of propane in the back of the truck, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully it'll work when I connect it up. We'll see. We'll know shortly. We will. All right. That's it for now, guys. We'll see you later.